Yes. Yeah.
But like the comparison, like with me and some of the other guys.
So that'd be something neat to see, the Harris Centers.
The Pirates playing in Williams.
All right, welcome back to the third period. We just saw the USFL jerseys were released, and the season is supposedly to kick off April 16th of this year, which I think would be pretty cool.
Oh, I'm a proponent of spring football, so I'm looking forward to it.
And Jason just brought up something right before we kicked back on here. Now, Jason found this link on Uniwatch, of all places.
I love Uniwatch.
That's an understatement. Where the second bulletin that they have on here is they're rooting for the lockout to go so the USFL can be watched. Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
Now, but they just released the uniform designs, which what's nice is they're modern, but also keeping with how the USFL was before.
Yeah, I'm really digging about the new USFL. Everything is tied back to the old league. Even though I think from what I read, they're paying to use the name USFL. Fox Sports and the other ownership don't actually own the name. The people involved with launching the original USFL still own the name. So they're paying for the rights to the name. But I think it's smart to use the USFL name for this league and to use these teams for this league because there is a historical connotation, and the USFL was the only moderately successful spring football league to begin with. So I'm loving all the nods to the original league.
Yeah, all the throwbacks, yeah. Oh, no, I mean, it's good that they're doing that just because of kind of keeping it the way it should be, taking it back to the, old school. That's what I was looking for.
And let's be honest, it's a lot easier to root for, a Houston Gamblers if you live in Houston instead of whatever the Houston XFL team was that didn't exist until 2020.
Yeah.
Not to be rude, but if there's a history there, people are going to be more able to gravitate to it.
No, yeah, I agree. Just because, you can. A second here.
Yeah, you're good.
Come on, screen. Having some technical difficulties.
That's all right. Now, while you're doing that, one thing was very prevalent in the USFL, were the colors red and gold.
I was going to say paychecks.
Lots. Oh, well, there is a great story. So since you had to mention that, there's a great story on Small Potatoes, What Killed the USFL from 30 for 30 on ESPN, where the San Antonio Gunslingers were one of the many expansion teams in the life of the USFL. And the quarterback for the team stated that, like, on a Wednesday, the owner of the team gave the players their paychecks. And he said it was like
NASCAR. There's racing to the bank.
They're racing to the bank because whoever got their checks cashed first got money, and whoever didn't.
They got. Think of that. I mean, that's wrong.
What is that Burt Reynolds movie? I was trying to think of the name of the Burt Reynolds movie was it the Cannonball Run?
Oh, I forget.
But it's like that. Like you're driving through red lights. You're jumping over like stop signs just to get to the bank.
Yeah, I mean, and that was a good documentary.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah,
Probably
that
one
was
of the best ones.
Yeah, that was one of the good ones. But no, you're right. It was gold and red that were like the biggest color schemes of them. On Uniwatch, the first one that they have here is come on, screen.
The Birmingham Stallions.
There it is. Okay. As soon as it say that, just showed up on my screen. Now, to me, when I said this to you before when we went over these, it reminds me of the 49ers. The color schemes remind me of the 49ers.
There's only so many ways you can use red and gold, and they found all the ways to do it. That's awful.
Pretty much.
I really dig the new logo on the helmet compared to the old one.
Well, it's a modern look.
It is a modern look, but I mean, the jersey itself, really simple, really classic. It has the stripes on the sleeves, just like the old one. A little thicker, but it looks good. There isn't any wacky pants combinations. All the pants are going to be white with a long, wide red stripe. It's a solid look.
Yeah. Now, for whomever wants to see this, we can put a link on the podcast channel and also on the YouTube channel.
I'll put it in the description of the episode.
Beautiful. And I'll put it on the YouTube channel link with everything. So this way you guys can see and then give your opinions on it. Yeah, the sign is, it is a modern look, but it works. It's a decent
I think this is going to be,
look.
A recurring theme. Is a lot of these are very modern takes on a retro jersey, and they're all very faithful modern.
Well, just like on the next one on the list is the Houston Gamblers.
I gotta say, I dig this look. I dig this black with the. It's not quite a dark gray. It's like a medium gray. It's a cool look.
Yeah, it definitely is an interesting look. And again, the logo is the same. It's just modernized, just like, just making it a little more, I guess, just some way to make it pop.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's just this, the home jerseys have the black stripe down the side, where the away has a black stripe, but with a red stripe in it.
Yeah. And I'm liking the I don't even know what color gray that is, but it is fantastic looking.
I don't know what color that. Yeah, it definitely fits like with the whole color scheme with everything.
Yeah, it stands out, and a gray doesn't normally stand out, but this stands out. It's a good look. Interesting to see how it's going to look on the field, but so far from the press release, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, it definitely looks interesting. All right, next one on the list is the Michigan Panthers.
This is, I think, and even the original, really unique looking uniforms. Even though they're classic looking uniforms as far as how the striping and the piping and everything, the color scheme's really unique.
But yeah, and what's nice is like you just said, from the old school to now, they really kept the way the look is. Not just with the logo, but where the stripe.
Yeah,
because some uniforms, when new teams coming in, they want to let's just say a revamp of the league. They may want to do a whole new look, but the fact that they're taking just like with the teams we mentioned before, they're putting in what it was before, what it was back then.
And I mean, to describe the color scheme for those of you listening, picture the Phil's maroon and light blue with gold.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to describe it.
And that's works
pretty much it.
Really well. It stands out because it's such a unique combination. So the pants are gold, the uniforms are white or maroon, and then the striping is gold and light blue or maroon and light blue. But it looks fantastic. The helmet's a darker gold, but it works. The logo looks very similar to the original.
Very similar. I mean, it could be the original too, for all we know.
Not even.
I mean, maybe a little different, but not much.
No partiality. I think this might be the best uniform set of the league so far.
How about this? Anybody out there? Here's what we want you to do. Click on the link. You tell us your favorite. Tell us your favorite jersey scheme from this.
We could put a poll on the Facebook page too, and I'll put a link to it.
Boom, that's what we'll do. We're just improvising at this point. Hey, it works.
But no, I dig this color scheme. And for the record, the Michigan Panthers have won a championship in the USFL. So sorry, Lions fans, but the Panthers kind of like beat you to that. They were the inaugural champions. They beat the Philly Stars. The Philly Stars were the only team in all three championship games, and then they only lost the one to Michigan in the first year.
That's funny. And then who's next on the list here? The New Jersey Generals.
I mean, this is pretty much the same uniform. Other than a little bit of striping on the sleeves, it's the same uniform.
Now, what's nice is how Uniwatch did this is that they had the modern look on what's going to be now to what it was back then. So this way you can actually see the comparison on both ends. That is nice that they did that.
Yeah, it is. And that's why we're able to take a look at it and say this is basically the original uniform.
Yeah, and without doing a lot of research, this basically has everything right here for you.
Yeah, so if you're listening and you click on the link and you want to know more, about these teams and about their looks, it gives you everything so that you're ready for when the league launches in April. And I mean, I'm looking forward to it. And I think you are too.
Yeah, no, it's going to be, I really want to see how this turns out. I really hope this actually takes off the ground and really does something.
Yeah.
Because who knows? Just like we talked last period, this could be a minor league for the NFL. Who knows?
I mean, that's always the dream.
Doubtful, but it's a pipe dream. But yeah, no, the New Jersey General is definitely, it's the same look, but with the modern twist.
Right. And it looks good. I mean, and that's the thing. All these jerseys, they're not like, no offense to the most recent XFL, but some of those color combinations were a little weird. Same thing with what was it, the Alliance of American Football, the AAF, that played a season before. They had some really funky color combinations too. These guys are sticking with classic looks, and that carries weight compared to, we're going to just throw crap at the wall and see what sticks. Just keep it simple, and people will watch and will care.
A pink camouflage jersey for a fierce team.
I think like the one team in the AAF, their color scheme was like orange, red, and green.
What?
Yeah.
That's just as bad as the stadium jersey for, was it Nashville?
Nothing's that bad. That jersey's worse than the Canucks V of Death or whatever it's called.
Yeah, that might be up there with it. That's well, you heard what the goals. I know we're getting off topic here. You did hear what the New Jersey Devils goalie did.
Yeah, we talked about last episode.
Oh, did we? Yeah, I forget anymore.
It's all right.
After last week, it just everything just blends together.
You're good, brother. You're good.
Yeah, he just had mask on the back. I was like, that's funny. All right, next on the list after the Generals, then the New Orleans Breakers.
This is the only. I think this is the only one that just strays more modern than modern classic.
Yeah, because it looks like they have the logo on the shoulder part, where
there's a
old
logo
school
on the
does
shoulder.
not.
The logo itself is the most different out of the other teams.
It looks like it's more like they just made it bigger on the helmets, because if you look at the original ones on those helmets, it's not. Where on the newer ones, it goes from the top to the bottom.
Yeah.
Where the older ones, it looked like it went from like middle to the bottom.
Now, I will say, even though this is a more modern style jersey, it's a good look.
And the logo on the sleeve actually kind of fits.
It pops.
Yeah.
It's going to look good on TV when a game's played.
Up goes the weasel.
But you can't go wrong with a blue uniform and gray pants. I mean, that's a classic look. It stands out.
It's almost like a standard look.
Yeah.
But it works. Next one on the list is the Philadelphia Stars.
It's a good logo. It's what do you think about the striping?
As long as we're not comparing the star like to the Cowboys here, we're just a one-star team.
Let's see.
Sorry, I had to go there on that one.
The logo is very faithful in a modern way to the original logo, because that original logo had like that trail behind the star. This one has the same thing. The only thing I don't like about it is the stripes have like stripes in the stripes.
Yeah.
It's like a stripe going down, and then there's diagonal stripes in the stripe going down.
And it's not only on the pants, but it's also on the helmet. Or on the jersey. Yeah, I was going to say, not only the jersey and the pants, but also the helmet, like right down the middle of the helmet.
It's a little busy for my taste, but it looks good. And
that's basically the only difference between the original jerseys, or the original look, and the new look. Are those lines.
The gold might be more of a yellow than a gold compared to the old one, because it's a brighter color than the original.
Well, they're probably doing that just because to kind of vamp the colors up.
Well, again, the old USFL had a lot of gold and red. So.
It'd be interesting to when who was it? The Stars and
the Stallions play.
And the Stallions play. Basically the same scheme. All right, next on the list
is the Pittsburgh Maulers, for when your thing loads for you.
Right. I don't know why.
We both were having issues. My microphone wasn't working before we recorded. You're having issues now. We're a mess this year.
And it's just the beginning.
And I would say, just like with my camera's not working now. See, I jinxed us.
As long as you can hear me, we're good.
We need to have a technical difficulties card for when this happens to me every episode. Hopefully that'll be rectified when I get my new phone that I use as a camera.
Well, that kind of would be nice too, because this way you can have that work.
Right. But while I'm getting this on, we can keep talking because this happens almost every episode anymore. This along with the Breakers is another like really modern uniform, but it looks great. I like the purple upper half and sleeve and the orange upper half and sleeve.
They changed the color. It looks like they changed the colors of the logo a little bit to where the old school looks like it has like an orangish, reddish, like interior color, and the newer logo is a white color.
And you know what? I like that. It makes the logo pop a lot more.
You can see it better
than the original.
You can see it better, and also they have the logo on the sleeves as well.
Yeah, and you know, it's a cool logo because it's supposed to be like a steel worker. And you know what I dig? I dig that orange line, that orange piping around the purple letters on the away jersey. It's a small detail, but it looks really cool.
Yeah. Oh no, they definitely. I mean, when they designed these, they definitely put a lot of thought into them to kind of go with. Not only to go with the original looks, but also do a little twist of their own.
Yeah.
Like with this one, they have the logos on the side, or on the side of the sleeve. They also changed it looks like just one color in the logo for the helmets, just to kind of make it, so you can make it see better. Because what's, like I said, what's nice with Uniwatch is they have. With this, they have it on the old school underneath, and if you look at the old school pictures, you can see the logo, but you really have to look.
I like that they switched,
to see that detail of it.
I like that they switched from silver pants to white. I think that makes the purple uniform pop a lot more. Really solid look. Again, all these teams have great looking uniforms. And a lot of thought and care was put into these designs. I mean, you can tell.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's definitely a lot of thought, a lot of design looks, a lot of different things, but they're also keeping with what the team was before. Like they're not going too far out in left field on why they do it this way.
Right.
Which is
that's
good.
A good thing.
Right, and the final one on the list, Tampa Bay Bandits.
So, interesting fact about the original Bandits. One, they were co-owned by Burt Reynolds. And two, they were the best drawing team in the USFL for every season. I think they had sellout games where some of the teams didn't even have like 100 people.
Yeah.
But Tampa Bay loved themselves some Bandits in the spring.
Well, it's funny is that they actually, when you said that Burt Reynolds, though, and the only first thing that came to mind was Smokey and the Bandit.
That might be why they were called the Bandits. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. But no, the definitely is a good logo. I mean, and they kept it the same.
Yeah.
No, they changed it a little bit. Not much, but just a little bit.
Just a little, just enough.
Yeah, just enough so it kind of stays with the original, but with a modern look.
And that's a perfect description for this uniform. I mean, the striping on the pants is real simple. It's just black and red, whereas on the original it was black, white, and red. There's just a little bit of sleeve piping on the away jersey, and then it's the logo, whereas on the old jersey, it was piping on both home and away and the logo. I like the red numbering and lettering on the away jersey compared to the original black and red. This is a really clean look. It's really sharp.
You know what this reminds me of? The Washington Sentinels
Well,
from the movie The Replacements.
Oh boy.
Right? Doesn't the color scheme and the silver helmet kind of look like that?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Maybe I Will Survive will be their their theme song.
Their rally song. Oh, that would be hilarious. That would be hilarious.
And I liked in the Uniwatch article, Paul at the end, he said overall not bad, not awesome, but not bad. The traditional approach is more notable than the overall good bad quality, and he said he himself was not expecting that. But I think it's a great way to go into it.
Well, yeah,
you want to keep that tied to the originals.
Absolutely, because like we said before, if you want to throw a whole new twist on it, well, you just lost your whole fan base because people are, well, like you just said, weird colors on that one. I forget what league you said, but it just does not work. And here, if they did that way, who knows if that would work right there?
Yeah.
You want to keep it to where you pay tribute to what was before, and I think they kept with that.
Yeah, they did a fantastic job with it. And that's the good thing about it. You want, if it was me and I was running the current USFL, I would want as many ties to the original as possible. And these are the teams that had the most diehard fan bases. So this is, the right way to do it.
And they did it right.
The Arizona Hotshots was the team from the AAF I was talking about.
Ah, great. Now I got to look that up. Now I'm curious on how bad that actually was.
Don't worry, I got you. I'll send it to you in the chat. There you go. But no, overall, I think you can tell there's a lot of care that was put into this. And, everything that this new USFL has done has been done very professionally and very strategically.
What the?
David is clearly looking at the Arizona Hotshots uniforms at the moment.
What?
It looks like vomit.
Vomit's better looking.
Depends on what you eat.
I mean, why? I'm sorry. It's just.
Oh, so the replica jerseys are already available on shopusfl.com.
Oh, nice.
Very interesting. Very cool.
What's the price on those?
$80.
Reasonable.
Yeah, nothing crazy. But I mean, yeah, what were your thoughts overall? I mean, I think they're really good.
No, I thought they were really good too, just because they kept with the original look, but like we said before, modern twist. And it's always good to pay tribute to what was for something coming in now.
Yeah.
Because I feel with a lot of people, if you pay tribute to what is, to what was back then, to what is now, you got that fan base already.
Exactly, yeah.
You got that fan base already in your hands, ready to pay money for tickets. Rather than just kind of go off the deep end, like what I just saw with the Arizona Hotshots there. Ugh. We should just, you know what?
Bad jerseys?
Yeah, we should.
I think we did already, but we can do a part 2.
We're gonna have to.
And
then this time we actually add like stadium jerseys, like Nashville.
No, Smashville, yeah. Lots of weird font on that.
That's an understatement.
So, real fun fact about the first USFL game that's going to air on TV. It's going to be the first game since the third Super Bowl to be simulcasted on 2 networks.
What networks?
Fox and NBC are going to be airing the first game at the same time.
Ooh.
because Fox and NBC are the partners of the league.
I kind of want to have my TV having one broadcast and my computer having the other broadcast, just so I can see, just to see how they do on both.
I'm sure they're probably just going to use the same feed and have two different broadcast teams.
Let Tony Romo in
it. We've talked about this before. Romo is underrated as a play-by-play analyst.
Oh, he's fantastic.
I'll take him over Chris Collinsworth or
Joe Buck.
Troy. I probably have more concussions than years on my life. Aikman.
No, Tyler. I mean, the fact that he basically predicts what the play is going to be before it even goes. He's good at doing that. That's for sure.
Makes you wonder if he'd had a better career had he not been a Cowboy.
Probably. I know all you Cowboys fans hate us with that, but hey, it's true.
I think a lot of Cowboys fans hated Romo, so
you probably would have been happy for him to be gone.
Well, with that, you can find me every Wednesday with Brad from Baseball Together on the Punk Podcast. Every Wednesday, we go over the artists, albums, and songs of the world of pop punk music. This past Wednesday, we did an episode dedicated to our favorite non-pop punk bands. Brad talked about Incubus. I talked about one of my all-time favorite bands, Flicker Stick. It was a lot of fun episode. I'm bummed I can't see them reunite in June in Dallas, but I'm a big fan of them. Have their debut album in 3 different formats.
Wow.
Yeah. If I like a band, I have a lot of their stuff. But you can find us wherever you get your podcasts. Starting up here, I think next month, the first episode of the Philly Baseball Together podcast is going to launch with myself and Tori. I don't know what we're talking about yet, because if there isn't a season, I think we might just hold a draft and draft our all-time favorite Phillies team and discuss it.
There you
I
go.
really don't know what we're going to talk about if there isn't a season.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, there's no season, so
yeah, what are we going to talk about? Which is going to make it really weird because there's going to be a Baseball Together fantasy baseball league, and all the hosts of the mini-sodes or mini episodes are going to be involved. So me and Tori, Jonathan, Denise, who does the Cubs one, Brad, Brig.
If there's no season, it's going to be even more fun.
There isn't going to be a fantasy season at all. I'm going to draft the Hulk. That's a league reference if anyone watched the league. That's a deep cut. All right, for the listeners of the Non-Letter Sports Podcast, if you visit fansidea.com and use the code NASPOD, NASPOD, at checkout, you will get 10% off your order. Fansidea.com is the place to go for custom-made jerseys, hoodies, shirts, and other gear. They got baseball pants. They got basketball shorts. They got caps. It's not just jerseys, not just hoodies, not just shirts. It's the perfect product. They do. The perfect product, the perfect stitch, as you can tell by David's jersey. The perfect sublimation, if you can tell by mine. Embroidery, 100% handmade, delivered on time. It's certainty, and that's their promise to you. Again, use the code NASPOD, NASPOD, at checkout for 10% off your order. David and I are both customers. If you're watching this on YouTube, we are wearing our Fans Idea jerseys that we got made to wear on the show. David's got a Flyers-inspired jersey. It looks fantastic. I got a jersey made with the color scheme of the show. Really, it's like a wiffle ball jersey to me.
And what's nice is if you have a logo that you want to put on the jersey, now it's not going to be on the front, but I can put a picture up on YouTube where it has our logo on the back of my jersey right above my last name. And that even looks real good. It
looks sweet. It looks very sweet. They do fantastic work. I can't stress enough. It's a great product. I was blown away when I got it because I said to David, I was not expecting much, and they blew me out of the water with this shirt. And as they did with him with the jersey, highly recommended. You go into Fans ID and use that code NASPOD. Get that 10% off. With that, Thank you for joining us for this 39th episode of the Nine Other Sports Podcast. You can find us online. The link tree is going to be in the description of the show. That'll take you to our website, our Anchor site, our Facebook, our TikTok, our Twitter, and our Instagram. It'll take you to our store, which is naspod-creator.spring.com. Go there. Get your NASPod t-shirt. Get your NASPod hoodies, your long sleeve shirts, your face masks. We got you covered. At least your upper half. We got your upper half covered. We can't do nothing about the lower half. We don't want our fans walking around like Winnie the Pooh. You'll get arrested. This is what happens when I'm just when I'm going. When I'm rolling, you don't know what's going to happen. What David does, he's known me for too long.
Is there something called too long?
We're 2 decades in on this friendship.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like it. It feels like the summer of 2002 was yesterday some days, but.
Oh, geez, now we're old.
We're so old, we drank Mr. Green by Sobe.
I love that stuff.
And I haven't made that in 20 years, and it was fantastic.
Yes.
It was swamp water Dr. Pepper, really, but we drank it by the case.
I mean, we'd go to the store and buy 2-3 bottles, maybe 4?
For like an hour-long drive to the mall.
And get some beef jerky to go along with it.
Yep. K&S. For those of you listening in the northern Dauphin, southern Schuylkill areas, and we know you do, K&S Grocery in Tower City was where we got that all the time.
Yep, that's the only place we could find it.
So their son, Joe, went to school with me, and he's like, you guys are the only people who buy that.
That's great.
I'm like, it's delicious. What can I tell you?
Can we get like a bulk discount so we can, if you got cases in the back, we can just got the cases.
You know what? I'm gonna pop if someone on YouTube in the comments or someone on Facebook comments that they drank Mr. Green, because I swear me and you were the only people who did.
You didn't see it anywhere else.
No,
you did not see. That is the only place we saw it, and when we first saw it. The first time we had it, we were like, what's this? Well, let's give it a shot.
That was the summer what all came out that summer? That was the summer of Pepsi Blue, and was it Dr. Pepper Red?
So there was some odd.
There was like a red Dr. Pepper, and then Mr. Green, and we loved the shit out of that Mr. Green. It was available for like 3 months, that entire summer, and then it was gone and never to be seen again.
Right.
Okay, back to the wrap up here. You can find the Nine Other Sports Podcast for streaming or download at Anchor.fm, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Podcast Addict, and wherever else you get your podcasts. Please do not forget to subscribe, rate, and review. You can watch us on YouTube and look at us crack each other up talking about Mr. Green and the summer of 2002 here in this wrap up on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, like us, subscribe to us, and comment on the clips. We want to hear from you. We want your feedback. Tell us what you think. Tell us about the USFL jerseys. Comment about the idea of dropping down regulation and moving up the ladder in AAA and Major League Baseball. Do you want to see the Diamondbacks in AAA and Columbus in Major League Baseball? Let us know. We want to hear from you. We want your feedback. With that, I am Jason.
I'm David.
And we will talk to you next time.
Have a good one.